sure to hear.
She's not who she says she is.
That's not thunder.
I'm here to rescue you. Daniel Faraday, Miles Strom.
You know who I am, Frank? What do they want?
These people are a threat.
No.
Yes.
My name is Kimi.
We are friends.
They're here to help us.
Who are you people?
The best way to sum up the season is our 4 new cast members who are all pretty delicious.
Right.
Once again, sounds great.
Right. Our freighter people. There are a number of them.
Well, the freighter people we're very lucky to have the cast we have.
This is Jeremy. This is the only professional on the set today. He's a welcome new addition to our cast. He's playing Faraday. Daniel Faraday.
Just trying to keep up with her.
What do you guys think of the new girl?
Just ignore me. Pretend I'm not here. She's bloody gorgeous.
No, stop it.
They did have a way of making us feel, and I think I can speak for the others, making us feel part of a team that was well-oiled.
Hey, nice to meet you.
Pleasure.
The truth is, a show like ours needs that infusion and injection of new characters for storytelling, and those new characters really help define what the show is going to be for that given season.
The thing with Lost is people always think we make it up, and the truth is we don't. We really are very meticulous in planning the next season so that we can set it up properly. And that was a case of when Naomi came to the island in season 3 and was parachuting in, we were like, okay, well, if she's on a ship, who's on that ship?
So this is the team. A head case, Ghostbuster, anthropologist, and a drunk.
Every member of this team was selected for a specific purpose.
We thought about the freighter folk, like, if this show were a Michael Crichton novel, like in Jurassic Park, you've got the cultural anthropologist and the crazy chaos mathematician. So we basically said, like, what scientists would be interested in finding the island for their own personal reasons, but also how could their field of study be in accord with what we're doing on the show?
So, this is changing the future?
You can't change the future.
We knew that we were going to be doing some wacky time travel stuff starting in season 4 and certainly going beyond that. And it would be incredibly useful to have Faraday there to explain to us exactly what the rules of the show are. So he was sort of the first freighter person.
What is that?
It's a Rocket 31, yes. 3 cards. Is that progress? Maybe we should just tell them.
Let's not confuse anyone.
For interested audience members out there, it would be, I think, wise to Google, study the electromagnetic field, electromagnetic spectrum, and also space-time continuum.
Half the stuff he says goes way over my head, the other half goes way, way over.
You have to love a character who is willing to experiment on himself secretly, and that is clearly illegal.
I'm a physicist. I mean, I guess you can call me a physicist. I don't really like being pigeonholed into one.
Dan, I swear to God, you say one more word, I'm going to break your fingers.
For a long time now, I've been a big fan of physics, quantum physics. And none other than a scientist named Michael Faraday is the godfather of electromagnetic science.
It's almost like he knows something about the island that we don't know.
There's a lot going on with this guy that we're only beginning to experience.
What I want to know is, why does the guy have on a necktie on the beach?
I think he's lived in that same necktie for about the last 30 years.
That is far more than weird.
And then we also thought having an anthropologist or an archaeologist, somebody who knew about lost civilizations, would also be incredibly handy for what we're doing in the future of the show. And that's kind of where Charlotte came from.
Stay. Looking where I was born. I'm not asking for permission. Hey, all I know is I'm an anthropologist and I've got red hair. And my name is Charlotte Staples Lewis.
Born July 2nd, 1979, Essex, England. Parents David and Jeanette.
Charlotte Staples Lewis is named after C.S. Lewis, who is the creator of the Narnia books, amongst other things. You know, whenever you go through a portal in Narnia, you never know what period of Narnia's history you're going to enter into. But in any case, That's why we named her Charlotte Staples Lewis.
What? She's really, really, really tough, and she's not intimidated by anybody.
Excuse me? I'm just being really annoying, sarcastic, bitchy Charlotte Lewis.
Your attitude, your very bad attitude.
I'm really a good guy. I've actually come to save the day.
Oh, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
She's a character who has, you know, a history that's sort of intertwined with the island. We know that she was looking for it. We know that she recognizes the Dharma symbol, you know, when she finds the polar bear in her flashback. So she's got an interesting past.
Charlotte,
Yeah.
나 한국말 할 줄 알지?
나한테만 하라고 뭐죠?
The language of love.
Without knowing Korean, she actually put the emphasis on the correct parts of the sentence where she was supposed to. I was a little bit stunned by it.
I put the right emphasis on the right syllable. Who knew? Yeah.
That kind of makes me feel like everyone who's parachuted onto the island or is on that freighter is a secret agent of some kind.
Back up, handsome.
Take it easy, it's okay.
I'll take care of Charlotte. You just worry about getting me the money.
You guys were on Oceanic Flight 815. Wow.
We have hinted at the idea of sort of psychic phenomena on the show through Walt, so we just thought it would be cool if we would just have a guy who can actually hear and intuit, you know, dead bodies.
What is he doing?
I think his thing is because of this communication with the afterlife, which is free of the human condition. There's a truth in what he gets that he trusts, and it makes him distrust people.
I don't think we really had planned that there would be this cool sort of bickering hostility between Miles and Sawyer, but it arose in a very natural way, and they just had a really good dynamic and pairing.
You got a restraining order. 20 feet.
What are you, a big brother? It's interesting, because he's kind of another Sawyer, if you will, with his kind of smart aleck remarks and pissy demeanor. It's fun.
Miles? Miles Strom sound like the word maelstrom, and the definition for that word is a very, you know, astute personality breakdown for Miles, so why don't you go look it up? It's M-A-E-L-S-T-R-O-M, for those of you who don't play Wheel of Fortune regularly.
Roger that.
Lapidus was an afterthought. We were like, there should be a pilot who's going to bring them in, and, you know, what could his story be?
This is Juliet, and she was not on the plane.
The A-15 is still out there somewhere.
I'd feel a hell of a lot better if we were a few hundred pounds lighter.
Frank Lapidus, chopper pilot.
We thought, you know, the show really needed a conspiracy buff who was basically saying, you know, I believe that this plane on the bottom of the ocean is a sham, and I'm going to the island to prove it, because maybe there are survivors out there, and I can stop feeling so guilty for not having flown the plane that day.
Lapidus!
Lapidus!
Lapidus! Yeah!
You know this, Yahoo?
Hey, Lapidus. They pronounce it Lapidus, but I think the correct Greek is Lapidus. I just ask him to refer to me as Frank. It's easy for everyone.
Don't be late, Frank. We also knew that the freighter had sort of good people and bad people, so we would establish the science team, and then we were going to establish that there were also some bad guys led by this guy, Martin Keamy.
Kill shot! Yeah!
Hey!
Woo!
I thought we were going on a rescue mission.
To look like we're doing, we're shooting things.
You can get a job, I'll do mine. Never really been one for talk.
He's a bad guy. That's who the Keamy guy is.
I don't think that's any of your business, is it?
I should embrace the presence of a character like Keamy, because he makes Ben look like a pussycat. You know, Ben is just like our kooky uncle now compared to Kimi.
I don't know why you keep harping on this bad guy. Do I look like a bad guy to you? I think you're probably just misinterpreting me. How could you not enjoy the character Kimi? Sorry, dog.
You have a bunch of characters on the freighter who, you know, hopefully the audience doesn't get too invested in them because most of them basically die by the end of the season. We like to refer to them as the freighter fodder. I just made that up right now, but, you know, you always need a few good characters to die, and clearly it was a bad choice to just stay on the freighter.
Apologizing?
Cutting my throat?
Sometimes...
He should apologize, but I can't get an apology out of him.
I'm not going to apologize. I did what I had to do. Well, he understands, right? You understand?
Yeah, it's not that bad. I mean, you know.
What exactly is going on here?
That's need to know. You don't.
People are trying to lose it on the freighter. It's not a pretty place to be.
Let's get the hell out of here!
As writers, we feed off of what actors give back to us, and all of these actors really delivered on the promise that we had for their parts, and so we're really excited about telling the rest of their story.
It is too late to recast, right?
Yeah.
That's
You know, there's so much more to be learned from them. Like, we have just scraped the surface of what their deal is.
There's a lot of things I want to know about Charlotte, so I'm really excited to find out, you know, her story. I want to know what I was doing in Tunisia when I found the polar bear and my connection to the Dharma Initiative. I want to know what Charlotte knows, but she won't tell me.
So hopefully going into season 5, those guys who stayed behind on the island, you'll be learning a lot more about why they as individuals signed on to this mission in the first place.
But I would imagine a man gotta go. I was just about to tell you something real juicy, too.